Hey, Coach Rocky here. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, but it's time to get back to work. In today's video, I'm going to show you 6 tips that will help you instantly improve your handles. Let's get straight into it. Tip number 1, pound the ball and dribble hard. The reason for this is because the harder you dribble, the longer the ball is in your hands, the shorter the ball is out of your hands. The shorter the ball is out of your hands, that's going to make it harder for the defender to steal the basketball. If you don't pound the ball, then it'll make it easy for the defender to kind of pick your pocket when that ball's not in your hands. It's not really easy to steal the ball from you when the ball is actually in your hands. So pound the basketball in all your ball handling drills, over pound it. Really try to throw that ball through the ground. And then when you get in real games, you don't have to pound the ball as hard, but it will start to become second nature for you of just dribbling the basketball harder. And again, that's going to help you have more control with the basketball. But another thing I didn't even mention is it's going to help you have a faster handle, because the harder you can whip the ball left to right between your legs, the faster your handle is going to be, the harder it is going to be to guard you. So pound the basketball and dribble hard during all of your drills. So tip number 2, we have used the finger pads of your hand. We don't want to dribble with our fingertips. We don't want to do that. We also don't want to dribble and smack with our palm. We want to dribble with our finger pads. This is going to give us the most control. And I want you to think about, pretend you were shooting the ball. Would you shoot the ball with your fingertips? Would you shoot with the ball flat on your palm? You wouldn't do that. You would shoot the ball with the ball kind of on your pads, resting in your hand like I'm showing here. And that's pretty much how we want to dribble. There's a reason why we shoot like that and we dribble like that, because of the destruction of our hand. This makes it very easy to control the basketball. So when you dribble, you even want to kind of have that little follow through flick of the wrist like when you're shooting a basketball. So dribbling and shooting are actually more similar than a lot of people think. So when we go back to the last tip, you want to pound the ball, and now you want to add this tip. You want to dribble with your finger pads, and you want to follow through every dribble like it's a shot. And this is really going to help you control the ball. It's going to help the ball go down and come back up into your hand. If you don't do this follow through and you pat with your hand, you don't have any control over the ball, and you're not 100% sure that ball is going to come back to the spot that you want it to come back to. So use your finger pads again on all your dribbling drills and when you're dribbling in the games. But use these tips in your drills, because they will become second nature. So when you step into the games, you won't even have to think about it. So tip number 3, keep your head up. And the reason you want to keep your head up is simple. You want to be able to see the defense. You don't want to miss a teammate getting open or an opening that you can attack. Now, you want to practice keeping your head up as much as possible. Please note that in a game, you are going to look down sometimes. I look down when I'm doing my moves sometimes to find the ball. If you watch Stephen Curry, Kyrie Irving, these guys also look down when they're doing their moves. It's just going to happen. So I don't want you to think if you look down, you're in trouble or anything. Just try to focus on looking up as much as possible and really focus on it in your training, because the more you have your head up, the more you're going to be able to find teammates in open spots, the more you're going to be able to read the defense, and the more you'll be able to pick your spots, and you'll know when you can attack or when you can get a shot off. So we don't want to be staring at the ground the whole time. We want to be looking up, but again, remember that sometimes you are going to look down to find the ball. That's only right. You can't do every move. You don't always know where the ball is going to be. Sometimes you might lose the handle. A lot of times on, like, say, a behind the back move, you have to look down to find the basketball. Again, that's completely fine. You can watch all the NBA players. They look down when they're doing moves sometimes to find the basketball. So keep that in mind when you're doing these moves, but also try to keep your head up as much as possible so that you can see the defense and see the openings. Tip number 4, we're focusing on going north to south and not east to west. So what I mean by this is you want to focus on going with your moves north to south, straight and back to retreat, versus going too much east to west. Now, when I say east to west, I'm not talking about like a crossover where you quickly cross over left to right and then you blow by your man, because that's still going north to south. What I mean by east to west is starting from the left side of the court, dribbling to the right side of the court instead of beating your man and attacking. So we don't want to go too much east to west. We want to try to focus on going north to south. I see a lot of players, they do a whole bunch of ball handling moves, but they don't go anywhere. They just go side to side. They don't attack the rim. They don't blow by their man and attack the basket, and they don't attack the paint. So what you want to do here is, yes, come straight at your defender, attack your defender, do not attack the sideline. All right, tip number 5, we have a variety of moves. And what I mean by this is have some go-to moves that you feel comfortable with and going to in real games. One way to practice this I love to do is what I'm doing here, freestyle dribbling. It's just going up and down the court, practicing different moves that you feel comfortable with, kind of building that rhythm as a ball handler, building that rhythm as a dribbler, to have moves that you feel comfortable using in games. And the reason for this is because when a defender is guarding you, you want to have these go-to moves that you can go to, and you want to be comfortable with doing different types of moves. Remember, in real games, you don't know what's going to happen. We can't predict anything. All we can do is react. The faster we are at reacting, the better we are at reacting with our moves, the better we're going to fare against the defense. Now, remember, this freestyle drill is just a drill that you're going to use to improve your variety of moves. When you get in real games, you're not going to do all these moves at one time. Right here, all you're doing is kind of like sharpening those tools that you have, so when it's time to use them, you're ready to use them. But in the game, you know, you would keep it basic, but when it's time to pull out one of these moves, boom, you got them. Think about Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry. All these guys have go-to moves, but they also have a variety of counter moves, and that doubles the amount of moves they have, which makes them virtually unguardable. So if you can develop, you know, a few go-to moves, a variety of go-to moves, and then have counters for those moves, and maybe even counters for those counters, then you're going to be very hard to guard. Now, tip number 6, probably one of the more important advanced tips. Now, obviously, the main tips in the beginning are very important, like don't hit the ball with your palm and stuff, but this tip is important. You don't want to go full speed, 100% speed all the time. My coach used to tell me, Rocky, I'd rather have a guy that can go 0 to 20 to 50, back to 20, versus a player that can go 0 to 100 the whole time. So you'll notice NBA guys do this very well. The best guards, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they do a great job in changing speeds, not going too hard, not wasting all their energy, but really just keeping their defender off balance and being able to change speeds. So a good way to practice this is similar to that freestyle drill we did. Again, full court dribbling like I'm doing here. Practice going hard, speeding up, going slow, slowing down, stopping, reset up, act like you're going to go hard, then go slow, go hard, stop, do a little fake like this. There's a lot of different things you can do, but changing speeds is one of the most powerful weapons that a point guard could have. Whether you're in the full court or half court, it'll make defenders, it'll make it impossible for them to guard you, even if you're facing a very fast defender, because you know what you're going to do. He's trying to react to what you're going to do. So you'll always have that upper hand, especially if you change speeds and you take control and you kind of force him to do what you want, and you don't let him to allow you to do what you want. So changing speeds is extremely important for a point guard, and you should definitely be practicing changing your speeds. Again, it's one of the most powerful tools that you can use. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you want to improve your scoring and take your scoring to the next level so that you become a threat and a scoring machine in real games, then I have a free elite scoring accelerator that I want to give to you. To get access, all you have to do is click the first link in the description. That's going to take you to a page. I'm going to ask you for your first name and your email so I know where to send the scoring accelerator to. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please do me a big favor. Hit that thumbs up for me. Comment below. Let me know what else you want to see, what else you want me to talk about, any other videos you want me to do. Last but not least, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel, I Love Basketball TV. Click that subscribe button below, and you know I'm going to keep these videos coming.